Hey guys, today I'm going to continue my alphabet series and I'm on the letter D. I did post on Formspring asking you guys, if you follow me on Formspring, what some of your favorite D names were, and I did include a few of those in this video. So I hope you guys will be interested to hear about those. I didn't include all of them because I got a lot of responses, and I try to include on these lists names that I personally like and that I think are a little more uncommon. So some of the more common ones aren't included, or ones that I just didn't like. So anyways, I guess I'll start with the girls this time, and I feel like I've been starting with the boys' names a lot lately. Anyways, the first name, I believe this one was suggested on Formspring, is Dulce, or there's several different pronunciations for this. I guess an English pronunciation might be like Dulce. Spanish is Dulce, and if you wanted to say it the Italian way, it'd be Dulce. And it's a Latin name, and it means sweet, and I think that's a great meaning. It's really cute. In 2011, it was actually number 415, which is more popular than I thought it was. I just didn't think it was a very popular name. It peaked in 2007, and it was number 264 then, and it first appeared on the top 1,000 in 1990, so it's just recently more used. And the next one is Dahlia, and I think Dahlia is a beautiful name. It just is a type of flower. It's a Germanic name. And in 2006, it first appeared on the top 1,000, so very recently. And it has gone up very quickly. It was number 538 last year, and that's the highest it's been. And I anticipate that it'll probably continue to get more popular. And it's pretty obvious why. It's such a beautiful name, Dahlia, and I like that you could use Leah or Dolly for a nickname. Those are both really cute. Then the next one, I have Dorota or Dorotea, both of them included together just because they have the same meaning, gift of God. I think they're both really cute, and they are of old Greek origins, and neither one of them is on the top 1,000. Dorotea with an H was last on the top 1,000 in 1970. So these two names are not popular at all. They're very cute, and they're so flexible for nicknames. You could use Dot, Dory, Dottie, Dora, Tea for Dorotea, or you could use Ro, which is super cute. So Dorotea or Dorota, both really cute names that are not common at all. Next I have Day or Dayla, and I love both of these names. Day just means day, and I just think it's really pretty. Dayla is an English name, and it means dale or valley. And I think Dayla fits in well with some of the names that are kind of popular and trendy now, like Jayla, Layla, and Kayla are all beautiful names, and Dayla fits right in with those. And it's never been in the top 1,000, and I just think it's so pretty. It's one of my favorite names, and I don't know why. I just love Day and Dayla. And I think Day also is a really cute for a middle name. Next I have Davida or Davida and Davia or Davia, and I really like both of these. I think David as a boy's name is really worn out. I don't like it. I've met way too many Davids in my life. Just please do not name your son David. There are too many Davids in the world. However, for girls, I think it's very fresh and cool, and I really like it. I love Davia. I believe I prefer Davia to Davida or Davida. And it's a Hebrew name. It means beloved, favorite, or darling, which is a really great meaning. And maybe that's why David is so popular for boys, because it does have a nice meaning. And neither of these have ever been in the top 1,000. And I think a little girl named Davy would be so adorable. So these are two great options that are not popular at all, and I think would be really fresh and fun. Next we have Darla, and I've always loved the name Darla. I have an aunt named Darla. It's an English name, and it means darling, which is pretty evident. And it was last in the top 1,000 in 1985, and it was most popular in 1963. Darla first appeared on the top 1,000 in 1935, and it debuted at number 672, which is pretty high up there for its first year being in the top 1,000. And the reason for this is because the character Darla joined our gang, or better known as the Little Rascals, in 1935. And it is so interesting how pop culture can influence naming trends, because that is a huge leap from a name that was not in the top 1,000 at all to suddenly be number 672. and I'm guessing it was because of this very popular series. And I love Little Rascals too, and Darla is absolutely adorable in the movie, and I watched the movie all the time as a kid. Next I have Dianora, and it's an Indo-European name. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it's a variation of Diana, or Diana, and it means light or deity, and it's never been in the top 1,000. I really like Dianora because you could use the nickname Nora, and it's cute and is not a popular name. Then next I have Donata, or Donatella, and I had a lot of people include, no, not a lot, but a few people include Donatella on their lists on Formspring of their favorite D names, which surprised me. When I hear Donatella, it makes me think of Ninja Turtles of Donatello, so I don't think I would use Donatella. Donatella is just a diminutive of Donata, and I believe I talked about Donata in my Italian names video, but I'm not sure. Anyways, Donata or Donatella, they both mean given by God, and neither of them has ever been in the top 1,000 either, so they're not very popular. Yeah, I like Donata. I'm not personally a fan of Donatella, but I included it because a lot of you guys seem to like it, and I thought maybe other people would like it. And it's a cute name. It just reminds me too much of Ninja Turtles. Let's see, the next one I picked is Delaine, and I love the name Elaine, if you guys didn't know that, and so that's probably why I like Delaine. It's a Germanic name, and it means noble, which is a nice meaning, and I like the flexibility again with the nicknames. You could use Lane or Laney, L or D, just cute, and this name has never been in the top 1,000 either. A lot of these girls' names haven't ever been in the top 1,000. And then the last girl's name I have is Dessa, which has an African origin, and it means an herb, which isn't a very exciting meaning, but not a bad meaning. It also is a derivative of Desiree, which means desired, which is a little nicer meaning. I think Dessa is really cute, and it was last on the top 1,000 in the year 1900. So this name has not been popular in a very long time, and I think it's really adorable, and it reminds me of Tessa and Jessa, and I really like both of those names. So for the boys, the first one I picked is Diego, which I think someone suggested on Formspring as well. Diego had a lot of origins listed, but I think of it as a Spanish name, and its Spanish origin means St. James, and it's derived from Santiago, which also means St. James in Spanish. And Diego was first in the top 1,000 in 1963, and last year in 2011 it was number 99, so it just broke into the top 100. It's a lot more popular than I thought, but I think it has become more popular since Dora the Explorer has a little friend named Diego. I think Diego's a really cute name, though. Then the next one I picked is Dimitri, and I love Dimitri. It's such a great name. I loved it ever since I saw the movie Anastasia as a kid. It's an old Greek name, and Dimitri is not as popular as I thought it was. It was last on the top 1,000. Oh, it's still on the top 1,000, but it was only number 982 last year. So it's going off of the top 1,000. And it was most popular in 1992. And, yeah, it was not on the top 1,000 until 1989. So it's only been on the top 1,000 for the last 30 years. And it's never been super popular. So I love Dimitri. I think it's awesome, and it's not very common. So it's totally usable for me. The next one is Dale, and I love the name Dale, and it's just an English name. It means dale or valley, and it was last on the top 1,000 in 2009, and this is the first time in history that Dale has been off of the top 1,000, was in 2010. So, it hasn't been, like, super popular throughout history, but it's been fairly present. Its highest was number 46 in 1952. I think Dale is just a cool name. It does remind me of King of the Hill, Dale Gribble, and I love that show. It's like one of my favorite shows, so I don't know. I love Dale. He's hilarious. The next name I picked is Dairon, and this is a Gaelic name, and it means small and great. I think it's really cool, Dairon, and I just really like it. I had never heard this name before until I was just doing my research for this video. And I like that you could use Ron or Ronnie for a nickname. I just think this is a really cool name. The next one is Dante, and it's a Latin name. It means enduring or steadfast. And Dante is getting a little more popular. It was number 268 last year, and its most popular was number 200 in 1997. I think Dante's a cool name. I like it a lot. Then the next one is really interesting, is Domino, and I think you'd have to be a very brave person to name your son Domino, but I think it is a really cool sounding name. I really like it. It's a Latin name, and it's a variant of Dominic. It means of the Lord. It's never been in the top 1,000, and you could still, if you like Dominic, you could still use the nickname Dom if you went with Domino. Dominic, on the other hand, was number 76 last year, compared to Domino, which is not in the top 1,000 at all. So, yeah, I think Domino is really cool, and I think it would make a cool middle name as well. The next one is Dustin, and it's an Old Norse name, and it means Thor's stone, which is a really cool meaning. My first boyfriend's name was Dustin, and he hated his name. I don't really know why, but I don't know. I think if I was a little boy, and especially with Avengers being out now, my little brother loves Avengers, and I think he would think that was so cool if his name meant Thor's stone. And let's see, Dustin was number 371 last year. It first appeared on the charts. This is kind of crazy. It was not in the top 1,000 at all until 1968, and in 1968, it was number 368 out of nowhere. Okay, so I was trying to figure out why Dustin suddenly became number 368 out of nowhere in 1968, and I believe I found the reason. So I believe this is because of Dustin Hoffman. In 1967, Dustin Hoffman starred in The Graduate, and 1968 is the year that Dustin became such a popular name, and so I think that was because of him. If you guys have any other reasons why you think Dustin became so popular in 1968, let me know. But as far as I can tell, that is the reason. Okay, the next name I picked is Davis, and I was really looking for a fresher version of David because, as I said earlier, I am so sick of hearing the name David. I'm sorry if your name is David or you have family named David. Like, I have family named David too. It's just so many Davids, too many Davids. So I think Davis is a great alternative. It's never been in the top 300. It was number 436 last year, and it means son of David, and you could still use Dave or Davy for a nickname, so I think it's a great alternative to David. The next one is Dayton. This is an Old English name, and it means dairy town, but it's also a place name, as in Dayton, Ohio. I think Dayton's a cool name. You could use Day or Tony for a nickname. And it was number 610 last year. It was most popular in 2008 at 486, so it's never been super popular. The last boy's name I picked is Doyle, and I personally like this name a lot because when I was in elementary school, my principal's name was Mr. Doyle, and he was like the coolest guy ever. So it makes me think of him. But Doyle's a Celtic name, and it has kind of a cool meaning. It means dark stranger, which is kind of mysterious and cool for a boy. And it was last on the top 1,000 in 1981, so it is not popular at all now. So let me know what you guys think of these D names and which ones are your favorites. I believe my favorite girl's name's probably Davia. I really like that, and Day, of course. I love Day. And then for the boys, I really like Dimitri, and I'm kind of liking Davis and Domino right now. Okay, so these are some names of people that I know whose names begin with D. I know a girl named Dulce, and it's spelled this way with 2 E's, and she gets called Dulce or Dulce or whatever all the time because her parents named her Dulce with 2 E's and the long, weird pronunciation at the end. Then I have an Aunt Darla, as I mentioned before. I have an uncle named Dwayne, and I do not like the name Dwayne at all. I also have a cousin named Dwayne. He named his son after himself. I know probably like 20 different people named David, like too many Davids, as I already said. I have a great aunt named Dorothy, who is my grandmother's sister. I know quite a few Deannas. I know a girl named Desiree. She was one of my roommates one year. I know quite a few Danielles around my age. And then, of course, I know a couple of Deborahs who are mostly older, and I know 1 or 2 Dawns. So, those are the T names. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want to follow me on Formspring, there's a link on my YouTube profile. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.